Hello, my name is Bahish Chansey. I am the Brooklyn activist co-chair of Transportation Alternatives. Transportation Alternatives is an advocacy group that works in New York City to fight for safer streets for pedestrians, bicyclists, and drivers, so really all road users. They're seeking to reduce the number of traffic fatalities and injuries that happen on New York City streets. So in New York City, there is a lot of, unfortunately, uncontrolled traffic violence. I believe last year over 280 people were killed by automobiles in New York City. And it's a number that we're really trying to cut down on. And it's not, for us, it's not just about cutting down on the deaths and cutting down on injuries, but it's really about making livable streets and streets that invite people out. We take a grassroots approach where we engage people living in each neighborhood around New York City to really fight for safer streets in their own communities. One of the big challenges for us is the car and the auto industry. For the last 100 years, the car has really shaped American cities' streets, and a great deference has been given to the car in planning our roads. That's starting to change a little bit. We're starting to see roads becoming planned for people again and becoming planned for more than just drivers. This public space, the street, is actually the majority of our public space in New York City, and it should be kind of equally distributed among the different people who want to use it for different things. A lot of what Transportation Alternatives does is take people who might be interested in the streets, interested in public space or engineering or biking, and then give them the tools to be able to reach out to the correct people in the city government, in the Department of Transportation, their elected officials who will actually be able to help them affect change in their communities. We've been around since the 70s, so it's been decades of fighting for safe streets in New York. And to that end, we've made a lot of victories in the past, where we now have protected bicycle lanes on many of the Manhattan avenues. Moving ahead, we'd love to see, one, a greater equity of where there is safe infrastructure and bicycle infrastructure. Right now, the majority of the safe streets and bike infrastructure is concentrated in Manhattan, in the central business district, and in the richest parts of the city. We would love to see a more equitable distribution so that every neighborhood in the city, no matter what the income, no matter what their access to public transportation and transit might be, that they have greater access to use the streets as they wish and greater access to public transportation that will allow them to move around the city. So when you ask me about the next few years in Transportation Alternatives, I really think about it campaign by campaign. When we work and we advocate for this work in New York City, we do it street by street. As I see ourselves in the future, I'd love to see more and more of these campaigns pop up in different neighborhoods and on different streets around the city.